Good morning. Perhaps the most pressing issues that residents of the coastal areas of the city face is the pending coastal hazards chapter of the district plan. I'm accompanied today by my granddaughter Blake, who is a sixth generation resident of North Beach and one who will possibly be greatly affected by decisions made now and in her adult years. What's this got to do with the representation review? Not a lot directly. But who makes the decisions that will impact on her future life living in the coastal area does. We're in the process of better aligning our wards to give more equality than the previous representation review allowed, where two ward boards were significantly disadvantaged in a number of ways. I support the reconfiguring of community boards to alleviate the problems that have arisen, but do not support the proposed amalgamation of the coastal Burwood and Linwood wards. Linwood offers little synergy to the coastal Burwood. In my mind, given the huge impact that the coastal hazards and district plan processes may have on coastal areas, and also that of possible climate change outcomes, it makes sense to combine the metropolitan coastal areas into one ward. This is a far greater synergy than an amalgamation with Linwood would offer. Burwood and coastal have been linked for years and have forged many synergies. However, the addition of the Heathcote ward to coastal Burwood brings the Sumner, Redcliffs and Ferrymead areas into the same coastal hazards and climate change debate at community board level and a more unified response to the issues that are to be debated. The second, and perhaps tongue-in-cheek reason for this combination is that having all metropolitan coastal areas under the same community board umbrella would hopefully soften the often perceived diffident attitude towards the New Brighton coastline. It is perceived that Sumner and Redcliffs, often referred to as the chosen ones, have enjoyed a greater level of service than their counterparts across the estuary. A ward that encompasses all of the coastal areas of metropolitan Christchurch may enjoy equal levels of service. Thank you for your consideration of this option. I hope this suggestion can be given some serious consideration and give Blake and her peers confidence in the future of coastal areas of the city. Thank you.
Sarah.
Thanks so much, Dave, and I can completely get where you're coming from. Just wondering though, when you look at the actual map and where the wards sit, if you were putting the three ones with the coastline together, metropolitan, actually Linwood ward has coast. It's got all of the estuary, a lot of the estuary edge, and has very low-lying areas that are prone to inundation. So I'm wondering, another suggestion we've heard from people was coastal Linwood Heathcote to cover the coast, because Burwood doesn't have the same issues with the inundation that the other three do. How would you feel about that?
Yeah, I'd be happy to debate that sort of combination as well. I think my concerns really were to get the coastal areas all in the same platform. Linwood only shares an estuarine piece of the coastline, as does Burwood, a fraction of it, but the others have more of the Heathcote ward and the coastal ward have the ocean-facing coastlines. But I'm open to a suggestion that it could be coastal Linwood Heathcote.
And just quickly, you don't think that because of the nature of the challenges coming and the amount of work that's going to happen, you don't think that joining three coastal boards together would simply actually just be too much work for one community board, and that spreading the load would be better?
No, I think in my submission I made the point that you are combining all the areas that have the similar issues to face, and you're actually coming up with a unified voice on those particular issues.
Yep. All right. Thank you very much for coming on to present today. Thank you.
Right. Had your debut.
Yeah, should have brought her in earlier, like as in the campaign.
Should turn my speaker on. We're going to adjourn now till for lunch, and the